Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. With Anakin Skywalker strongly rumoured to be appearing in the upcoming Ahsoka series later this year, what better time to revisit Anakin's first appearance as a Force ghost in Return of the Jedi, and discuss both canon and non-canon theories as to how Anakin was able to tap into this ability. Be sure to stick around for some very exciting theories, including how this will all potentially lead to Anakin teaching Ahsoka, foreshadowing her death and the passing of the torch to Ezra Bridge and Grogu. So Anakin's return at the end of Return of the Jedi has been a long and interesting debate amongst the Star Wars community. According to the Jedi Tradition, death was a part of life, and it meant becoming one with the Force. In death, sentients lost their ability to communicate with the living, but mastery of certain obscure paths of learning could avert it. Interestingly, in Star Wars canon, the path to immortality is a power only light side users of the Force can achieve. So how did the Sith Lord achieve this after becoming all-consumed by Darth Vader, and never having received the training in this ability as Anakin Skywalker, which we'll come back to later in this video. Before we dive into the theories, it's important to highlight firstly who around Anakin had the ability to turn back from the Netherworld. Qui-Gon Jinn was the first of the recent Jedi to rediscover this secret with the assistance of a shaman of the Wheels. Qui-Gon's spirit then guided Yoda and ObiWan Kenobi, and revealed to them the secret of retaining one's individuality after becoming one with the Force. So those closest to Anakin had rediscovered this ancient ability, and this becomes important later on. In addition, the ability to return from the Netherworld is an ability not all Jedi possess. These two factors play a huge part in why Anakin was able to return. Diving into the final moments of the original trilogy, with the Empire defeated and Luke reunited with his friends, Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi appear as Force ghosts standing before Luke, shortly followed by Anakin. But not the old Anakin under the mask of Vader. We see Anakin from his final days as Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, before turning to the dark side. The first part of the process to see Anakin return as a Force ghost begins with redemption and the return to the light side, making the Force Ghost process a reality. In the final moments of Return of the Jedi, Anakin Skywalker reaches out through the Force, killing Palpatine, and returns to the light side of the Force to save Luke from certain death. But this isn't enough for Anakin to return as a Force Ghost. The next step involved help from a friend or two. So the next step was first discussed in Star Wars Return of the Jedi DVD commentary, where George Lucas said Anakin was able to retain his original identity because of Obi-Wan and Yoda, suggesting Anakin received assistance from them after he died. To expand even further on this, in the non-canon book The Rise and Fall of Darth Vader, following his death, Anakin is met by Obi-Wan Kenobi, who tells Anakin he's in the netherworld of the Force, and if he wished to revisit corporeal space, he had one thing left to teach him. To imagine a scene whereby a forgiving Obi-Wan, at peace with Anakin, offering to reach out to him and teach him one more lesson is an incredibly evocative thought. Is Kenobi offering to guide Anakin so they can spend time together? Or is this because Obi-Wan knew Anakin would want to watch over Luke and Leia? Exploring what we know from a canon perspective, one popular theory is that the Force priestesses taught Anakin how to return, meaning he knew how to become a Force ghost before he turned to the dark side. Jedi Master Yoda encountered the Force priestesses during the Clone Wars, and the 5 priestesses knew the secret to turning into a Force spirit. So did Anakin Skywalker meet the Force priestesses during the period of the Clone Wars too? And I wonder if this will be explained even further in the Ahsoka series. What's even more exciting is the possibility of Anakin teaching Ahsoka this ability, foreshadowing Ahsoka's death, and the passing of the torch to Ezra and Grogu. This is just the beginning of a potential entire new branch of the Star Wars story. The last theory, and probably the simplest, is the fact Anakin was the chosen one, and this came with some pretty decent perks and inherent abilities, including returning as a Force ghost. But just how Anakin returned is still very much up for debate, and unless new canon content expands on this and gives a definitive answer, just how Anakin Skywalker knew how to become a Force ghost in Star Wars Return of the Jedi will continue to be up for debate for years to come. Even more so when he appears in Ahsoka. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for all our adventures, like this video to support the channel, and hit the bell to be notified of all our Star Wars updates. And to everyone, may the Force be with you.